everyone, my name is Mimi, and this is my first how to become a sticker shop. When I was just starting, there wasn't a lot of information on the internet about how to create stickers, about how to make your own business, so that was terrifying. I think I have enough experience to help you guys understand how to create your own sticker shop. Now, this is completely based on my experience, so might not be universal, but I want to help you guys. So, today's topic would be on sticker cutters. I think they're called sticker cutters. I'm not sure. Well, machines that cut stuff. They're not specially done for stickers, but they help with stickers. So I'm gonna be comparing and analyzing most of the cutter machines that exist right now, at least the ones I can get my hands on. Again, this is entirely based on my experience, so you might have different experiences. I am in no way, shape, or form being compensated or incentivated by any of these companies. In the end, I just want to give you some advice, okay? You might want to take it, you might not want to take it. It's entirely up to you. I just want to make it a little bit easier for you guys to choose a machine. So I'm gonna tell you how I chose my very first sticker cutter, the Silhouette Portrait. Now, I bought this machine. This is the first edition. I bought this machine about 4 years ago, and I'm due to buy another one. Not because this one doesn't work anymore, because it does, except when it knows I need it. More on that later. But mostly because I can no longer supply all the stickers I need for my business with just one machine. So I'm gonna buy a new one. And this is my process of comparing and seeing everything that every other machine has to offer for me to decide which one is right now the best one to make stickers in the market. And again, I want to be very clear on that part. I don't do anything else. I don't cut vinyl, I don't cut cloth, I don't cut wood, I don't cut anything but paper. Maybe vinyl paper, sometimes laminated paper, holographic paper, but just paper, okay? Okay, but why do I have to make my own stickers instead of just buying them? You can do both. Personally, I like making my own stickers for 3 reasons: storage, price, and profit. Storage. If I buy wholesale, I'm gonna have to order 100 designs of the same sticker. I have personally never sold 100 designs from the same sticker. You're gonna sell 10, 5. To this day, I normally sell those amounts. I make 15, 16, and I sell 10 of each design. I normally print just one sheet of each design, and if I need to print more, I will print more, but that's very rare. Number 2 is price. The Annie 2019 spreadsheet recommends you to sell 1-inch sticker on $1, 2-inch, $2, like that. But, if it's holographic, you add $1. If it's vinyl, you add $2. And if it's laminate, you add $1.05. So there's that. You have to account for that. Profit. You have to take into account all the things that you use to make a sticker. It's the paper, it's ink, it's the cutting machine, the printer. A lot of things go into making a sticker. And if you don't account for those, you are going to end up one day with a printer broken down mid-printing, and you're gonna have no money to replace it. because electronics smell fear. So please save some money. I will only be covering machines that I can get here in Mexico. So certain stuff like accessories or amenities, I won't be covering. I mean, maybe you're gonna comment, but hey, you can do this with that and you just add this stuff and it works. That thing you said it wouldn't work. I can't get that here. So I believe you, but I can't get that here and I can't vouch for that. But if you can, that's great. Make a video, help us understand it, and hey, maybe you make a better point than what I'm making here, but I'm just gonna work with what I can have like tangible, you know, like here. I have the machines I'm going to talk about. I don't own them personally, but I have worked with them. Not here, in a studio. I only own this one because I could never afford all of them. But I have worked with those machines. So, what's about the Silhouette Portrait 3? Again, that was a 1. I'm gonna talk about the 3. 210 grams of pressure cut, which means it goes through any paper. Let's be honest. For our purposes, it will go through any paper at all. Like any paper you put through it, it's gonna cut it. So 2mm cut, as long as your paper is not thicker than 2mm, it's gonna cut it. Don't worry. The max width of the paper, 20.3 centimeters, which is roughly 8 inches. So it means a normal letter sized sheet of paper goes in perfectly. Anything bigger than that, wouldn't recommend. Plus, the new version has no mat cutting. This is a very, very used mat. Anything that fits inside this, you can cut. Again, this doesn't work for us sticker cutters, but I think it's important for the vinyl people. You can put in your vinyl roll without this thing, like just put the sheet on and have like the roll over here, and it will cut. It doesn't need this to cut. Now, the charm. What I think it's the best thing to happen for sticker makers is different pressure settings. If you have the automatic blade, that it will set the height of the blade automatically to what you're cutting. Because let's say you're doing a sticker sheet. A sticker sheet has to have kiss cut stickers, and then the outside of the sticker sheet is gonna be die cut. The blade can do that automatically. To my knowledge, Silhouette is the only brand that has a blade that can adjust like that. The Silhouette 3 is $199, which is important because you're gonna check that a lot of these machines are really expensive and this one's really cheap, okay? Also, one thing that blows my mind that no other machine, well, I mean the other brand that I have worked with, doesn't let you do is if you use the Silhouette design space, you can be cutting and setting up a new file at the same time. You don't have to wait for the cut job to be done. Now, cons. What I don't like about this machine, because not everything is perfect. I don't like the mats are expensive. I don't like that it's small. I don't like that there's a significant learning curve for learning how to use the software. If you don't use vectors, if you don't know how to use stuff like Illustrator or After Effects, it's gonna be a challenge. It's not impossible, but it's gonna be a challenge. So you're gonna need help. I don't like that it has a light dependency. This kind of light is perfect for cutting. But as soon as the sun goes down, this machine won't read shit. like nothing. So you have to have good lighting, or this thing is not gonna work. It's noisy, very noisy, hella noisy. The Silhouette family, it's so noisy. You have no idea. If I didn't know better, I think this thing is dying. It's very noisy, so keep that in mind. And if this is important for anyone else that doesn't live in the US and doesn't have an authorized reseller in their country, if you import them, they lose warranty. This isn't just about the Silhouette, it's about the other ones I'm gonna talk about. If you import a machine from the US, you're gonna lose the warranty. So keep that in mind. Look for a authorized seller in your country, because if not, you're gonna lose warranty. If not, look for another option, because warranty is an important thing, especially when you're making an investment this big. I don't have this one here. I have worked with it. It retails around $250, $300 depending on the version, in which the only thing that changes is the color, and they are so cute. Pros: it's very silent compared to the Silhouette. It's gonna make noise. The software is amazing for people who don't know jack about vectors, sticker making. It's beautiful because it's very intuitive. That said, I have problems with the software, but I will go over that on the cons section. Tools are very cheap compared to the other brand. I mean, they're still expensive, but they are cheaper compared to the other brand. Has a little drawer on the downside where you can hide all your tools and blades, so you have them handy and you don't lose them like I do, because this Silhouette doesn't have them. So I have to have like a special pouch, and then I lose the pouch. Fun times. It has a dial which has already the presets, so if you're only cutting stickers, let's say vinyl or paper, you just have to set the dial and it's just like done. It knows what pressure to use, which is great if you want to save time, because you have to set those manually on the Silhouette software. And the colors are so pretty. The colors are so pretty. I'm telling you, there's a cherry blossom one. Perfect. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like this machine. The cons: it doesn't have vector tracing. The software doesn't have vector tracing, which means when I upload this image to the Silhouette software, when I upload this image, the Silhouette can help me make an outline of my sticker, and then it can automatically make this white space in between and make everything with vectors. But the Cricut doesn't do that. If you want your white space, you have to make it on the sticker, because it will only die cut the very corner of the sticker. Now, I have a lot of problems with that for two reasons. One, you either have to draw the line or put it on Photoshop, or two, people have been using the blur tool on TikTok to do like the stroke. Please don't do that, because it leaves a lot of particles out, and no, use vectors. Use vectors. Please don't do that. It's makes my heart hurt. Don't do that. I mean, I know it's easy and it works. It works like a charm on the Cricut. But if you want to print that bigger, you're gonna see all the things that the bevel. You're gonna see all the things that the blur tool did, and it's gonna look very uneven and very unprofessional. So don't do that. So I don't like that part. I don't like that the software is very limited. If I want to put a lot of stickers on a sheet, I have to trick the software. I have to make the square. I have to know how big the square is gonna be for the paper that I'm using. And then I have to manually put all the stickers in and then group them up as if it was one sticker or one thing to trick the machine into cutting them all. Because if I set the automatic like setting, it's gonna leave so much space white it's gonna be such a waste of material. So I don't like that. I have issues, very big issues with the software. It needs internet. I think the new version doesn't, but like the software, new version. But the software needs internet to function. If you don't have a stable connection, you are not gonna have a good time. You cannot change the weight. And that's why I think Silhouette is better. Not because of everything else, but because they have the automatic blade. Because during the same cut, the blade can go from die cut to kiss cut. If I want to do kiss cut and then die cut here, I'm gonna have to send the work twice, which is like minimal, but it matters to me. It might not matter to other people, that's the game changer to me. You cannot work on multiple files while cutting. That's the worst thing I hate about the software. Okay, you see, I have a lot of issues with the software. If you're cutting one thing, you cannot set another file. You have to wait until this thing is done before you can move anything in the software, because it literally blocks and says like working or cutting. I don't remember what it says, but it's just like, it won't let you do anything. And I hate that. You cannot get service in Mexico. I don't know if you can get service in other countries, but in Mexico you cannot get service. There is an authorized retailer in another state, very far away from where I am. So if I wanted to get it serviced, I have to send it over to that state, which is very expensive. And in Mexico, our postal system isn't as reliable. I sent a machine through our postal system. It will never make it there. It will get stolen 100%. So that's an issue I have with the brand. It's not entirely the brand's fault, I guess, but that's an issue I have. And the colors are not always available because again, they're limited edition, and then you're left with desires of buying that pink blossom, cherry blossom one, and it's gone and it's not getting restocked. Maybe never. So that's a bad thing. Again, I don't have it here, but it's the same family as a portrait, just way bigger. And there's one that is like bigger, like I wouldn't fit it here. Like I would have to go like this big, around this big. And again, that's not gonna help us sticker makers unless you can print like tabloid and wanna cut a lot of stickers. Then if so, this is the one for you. If not, don't worry. So the pros. I think it's an overkill, but it can cut through 3 millimeters thick. So if you have wood, like the one that's very, very slim, it's gonna cut through that. Like you put something that's less than 3 millimeters, it's gonna cut it. It also has 5 kilograms of cut pressure, which again, overkill. I get it for the wood, but again, overkill. This one is like punching something. Okay, so there's that. The width, it's gonna be about 12 inches, 30.5 centimeters. And again, there's another one that's like bigger, but I'm not gonna talk about that one because one, it's new, I haven't tried it, and two, I think it's an overkill. It has the roll feeder for like using the vinyl straight from the roll. So you just like prop it up and it's gonna let the vinyl go and come back. It's just like a tube. It has another kind of blade that will cut through cloth. Now, this is a special blade. Why? It also cuts through, in Mexico we call it foamy. I don't know how they are called anywhere else. They are called foamy. It's like spongy, spongy paper. Why is that blade important? Okay, if you're cutting through paper, your blade will do this, and then if it has to go on a very straight angle like this one, paper is not gonna do anything. It's just gonna go straight. If you're working with cloth or with foamy, when you do this, the small corner here is gonna drag with your blade, because I don't know, physics, I guess, tension, surface tension, I guess. So what this blade does, and not this one, the cross cutter, what this blade does, it rotates inside this thing so that doesn't happen. Okay, so it has the automatic blade, the one that changes pressure, so it means you can do the sticker sheets, and it can cut the sticker sheet and the small kiss cut in one go, which is great. Just like the portrait, it can do that. The software is very flexible. Again, I love the software. The software is amazing. It has so many features. You can do bevels, you can do whatever you want on the software. But again, it's hard to learn how to use it because you use vectors. So if you're not used to doing vectors, it's gonna have an important learning curve. This one's a cute one because the portrait doesn't have it. It has like you open it, and it has a little drawer underneath where you can store pens, blades, everything you need to use it. So that's great. But again, every version is faster than the last one, and apparently they are less noisier than the last ones. But again, you will think the machine is dying because it's making a lot of noise. And you can work on multiple files while cutting, which is why I love this software so much. Plus, the software is free. I mean, there's paid versions that you can like go up, but you can do whatever you want with the free software. It will never expire. But if you want to attach more than one machine, let's say you have two portraits and you want them to be cutting at the same time, even two files, you're gonna have to upgrade it because it only allows you to connect to one machine on the free version. Okay? And this version, because that's the most, this is the one thing that I don't like about the portrait, it's just white. The new version, the Cameo version, is pink, black, and boring white. So you can have pink, but again, it's like so big, I cannot fit it in my desk, so I don't have that one. But you can have pink and it's so cute. Now, cons, it's a very important thing to consider before you make an investment, especially because this machine is $399. Other version that was smaller, pretty much the same, minus the specialty blades, is $199. This one is $399. And the cons I see is one, it's bulky, very bulky, so I could not use it on my desk. Again, the software has a learning curve, but it's great. I mean, it's worth it. The new Cameo doesn't have buttons. There has a touchpad. It's beautiful. It lights. But my old lady self doesn't like that. I'm old. Sorry. The price, it's almost 3 times the price of the small one. And it's pretty much the same, minus the specialty blades and more space. But if you don't have a big printer, I don't see the point. Unless you're doing vinyl, then go ahead. It's great. The mat is very expensive. The reason I don't buy new mats, I've had this machine for 4 years. I have 2 mats. I've had 2 mats for 4 years. That's why it's so fun. That's why it's so bad. It looks so bad. Because they're expensive. They're very expensive, and the tools, they are very expensive. That's very expensive, compared to the competitor, let's say. Okay? That's why that's one of the things I don't like. But you could technically buy the tools from the competitor and use it here. Now I'm gonna put the silhouette portrait and the Cricut Explore Air 2 in the same category. They're small babies and they do pretty much the same. The Maker is more or less in the same category as a Cameo. So it's bigger and it's a little bit more heavy duty. The pros: if it's 2.4, it's gonna cut it. 4 kilograms of pressure, I don't know how to count, which again, to me, it's an overkill if you're making stickers. If you're making something else, it's great. But if you're making stickers, it's an overkill. You don't need the stabilizer for cutting cloth, which is great if you're cutting cloth. It's more silent, again, than anything from the Silhouette family. Again, the software is very beginner friendly. It has an engraving tool and embossing tool, which is great. That one's great. That one's, I think the Silhouette doesn't have it. You can emboss on metal plates. It looks so cute. I've seen people do like embossing or engraving, I think it's called engraving, on acrylic, like keychains. It looks so cute. But you can only do that, to my knowledge, with that one. It has a perforation tool, which helps you work with rhinestones. Again, the tools are less expensive than the Silhouette ones. They're still expensive, but they're less expensive than the Silhouette ones. It has the drawer to hide stuff. The colors, it has more colors, which is great, amazing. I love that. Precious. Cons. And you're gonna say, you already said that. I know, but it's the same software. So I hate the software. I already said why I hate the software. If you don't remember, go back to the Explorer. I hate the software. Too big for most desks. You have a thing, you don't have space for anything else. Again, I'm an old lady. It doesn't have buttons or the dial. It's like touchpad, and I don't like that. I don't like it. And then again, this is personal. It doesn't affect at all the functioning, to my knowledge, of the machine. But I don't like that, because I feel like if it ever like freezes mid-work or something, I cannot hard reset it. Again, you cannot change the weight of a cut. Like if you want to do kiss cut and die cut on the same work, you have to wait till it's done and then refeed it again. I hate the software. You can do more than one thing. It's very expensive. It's $400. If you remember, the Cameo, it's $3.99, so just $1. But I mean, it's a lot. So, final thoughts. I believe they're all very good machines. They're great machines. I have problems with the software, but that's Cricut's fault. I think they're all very good machines. My opinions aside, they work great. I've seen them work like charms. Of course, there's pros and cons on each one. Every single machine has its faults. No machine is perfect. Maybe I love the Silhouette family and you hate it, and it's totally valid, because Silhouette works great for me. It might not work great for you. Well, as someone that works with vectors, I absolutely 100% love Silhouette. Will I vouch for it? Maybe. I don't know. They don't pay me. If they pay me, maybe. I won't vouch for it, because I know user experience is very different. Even in the studio where I work, there's people that prefer the Cricut over the Silhouette when we're working. So to each its own. I won't vouch for it just because of that, because I know user experience varies and they don't pay me. But I absolutely think it's the best option. Why? Because of vectors, And capabilities, price, and portability. It's small, it has pictures, you can do a lot of things with the software. It's great. I love the software. It's so hard to learn, but it's great. It's small and it's the cheapest, like machine wise. For some reason TikTok loves Cricut, and I have rarely, if anything, seen any silhouette, which I think it's a shame. Or maybe I just ended up in Cricut side of TikTok. I don't know. But I have hardly seen anyone use the silhouette on TikTok. I think maybe give it a try. So yeah, I think that if you're just doing stickers or light vinyl working, you just need the portrait. That's it. You don't need more, which is great because it's the cheapest one. You don't need to spend that much money. Last word of advice. My last word of advice. Nintendo and Disney do not fuck around. They do not fuck around. They will sue you and your family and your dog if they know you're selling fan art. So maybe don't be that, outspoken about it. But they are scary, very scary. So that's my last word of advice. Don't mess with them. They are scary. Be careful. Other than that, I hope I'm helping you. I hope that what I said can help you make an informed decision, because these machines are expensive. They are an important investment that you are going to make. I'm gonna link a document basically with everything I just said down on the description. I hope I helped. I hope I made buying. If you have any questions, just list them down. I may do another video explaining how to go through them. And if you have any other questions about buying, about making your own sticker shop, let's say setting up a shop, I can't help you with taxes. I wish I could, but I can't help you with taxes. That's an important question. I recommend you to contact an accountant. And maybe you want a breakdown on printers that I have used, printers that I recommend, or tablets. I've gone through a few tablets on my own. Anything I can do to help you, really, because it's daunting to start without knowing anything. So I don't want you guys to do this, to go through the same thing that I did. So yeah, if I can help you and you have a question, please let me know so I can help you. Bye.